If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I've been made by two men. The first guy is Jay Schlatt, who's some of my most viewed videos on this channel and my most viewed clips. The second guy has the most viewed video on my channel, and that, of course, is MrBeast, okay? He made the video, I get to keep the money. He made the video, I'm keeping the money. But that was 2022, and a lot of time has passed since then, and I haven't really done as much content with MrBeast's because I got busy, you know? I got off-brand now, I had some of my own events going on that I had to worry about, so I wasn't able to, at the drop of a hat, fly across the country or the world to do a MrBeast shoot. And I'll be honest, I thought he forgot about me. I'm not even mad, I don't care, right? I'm unoffended. He's got his own shit going on. I got my own shit going on. But I started to realize that in a MrBeast video alongside Carl and Chris would not be Ludwig or Laser Beam, aka fellow YouTubers. It was like, oh, bro, check it out. I'm here with Academy-nominated actor Justin Timberlake. What's up? I'm MrBeast. I'm in Mark Cuban's asshole. You know what I mean? It just felt like there was not as much room for little old Ludwig when you got fucking Tom Brady kissing his son for 15 minutes of his 60-minute video. Where is little old Ludwig supposed to slide into the picture? You could say I got the short end of the squeeze. So because of that, I figured they just forgot about me. And not even forgot about me. More accurately, I figured they'd moved on from me, from little old Ludwig. But then I got a call. I got a call that MrBeast was doing one of his iconic video series. $1 versus a number nobody can fathom. $250 million island. MrBeast hits me up. He says, hey, Ludwig, how about you come visit an island? And you know what? I'll even sweeten the deal. I will send you an itinerary of every single island we are going to visit and let you pick which one you want to go on. And I was like, son of a bitch, I'm in. You know, because the MrBeast videos I've done, they're fun, but it wasn't like the, hey, let's go to a $100 million hotel. It was like, hey, what if we strand ourselves for 30 hours in a plane crash? I guess I did go to one private island in Panama. That was really nice. That was like $50K a night. But you get the idea. You get the idea. And so he offers me this thing. And he's like, which one do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, please, let me go to a $250 million island because that's the craziest shit I've ever heard of. I cannot fathom that amount of money. I've made a lot of money in my life, in my head at least. And this island is more than I will ever make in my life, like times fucking 10. So that was the game plan. That was until a week before the video was supposed to be filmed. I double booked myself. I don't know how I did this. I don't know how I fucked it up. But the exact day that I was supposed to go to the island, I had some other sponsorship that I had to do. And I was like, oh. You know, because I feel like a fucking jealous ex-girlfriend staring at my phone, like, and rather than seeing my ex engage with someone else, it's MrBeast, you know, hanging on the shoulder of Tom Brady and Mark Cuban and Pete Davidson. They're going four-way. And so I make a decision. The only thing I can do is basically do a 24-hour turnaround and fly to some island that they rented out in like Florida or some shit and go there the next day. And so that's exactly what I do. So I hit up Jimmy. I say, Jimmy, call the private fucking jet. I'm coming to Florida, baby. And he says, we don't do private jets anymore. And I was like, what? Let's do the private jet thing, you know, private jet. He's like, yeah, well, we can book you the flight. Comfort Plus only. What? Comfort Plus? We're going to sit behind the wing? Okay. But I make my way over to Florida to film at a private island. And all I really understand is that they're going to several different islands. And the island we are supposed to go to is the experiential island. It's not a big island by any means, but it is a private island and it has a bunch of water sports. And so that's the idea. Before we get to it, I figure it would be worthwhile watching some of the video together. $1 versus $250 million private island. Now, I have not watched this. I don't know how long I am in this video. So let's watch this video together. I have yet to see it, and I'll give some extra context in stories as to how I ended up in the position that I ended up in, which, as you can see by the title and thumbnail, was jumping off of a helicopter 20 feet in the air.
This is a $250 million private island. Literally anything you could ever want is...
Dude, I found out, by the way, when they do those shots where it zooms out, he's not actually saying anything. because they obviously can't record the audio as good as an audio booth, which makes sense. But then I was next to him while he was doing it one time, and he was like, pee pee poo poo, pee pee poo. And I was like, damn, these guys are pros.
And I'm gonna show you the difference between this and a $150 million luxury island.
There's no difference. There's no difference between 150 million and 250 million. That's the same fucking thing. It's everything you want.
All the way down to the world's cheapest private island. That thing. I'm starting to realize we might not all fit on it. First step on my brand new island. Here's your $1.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for selling it to me.
It's yours now, buddy.
Let's check out what I just bought. My first impression.
That's not an island. That's moss. He just scammed you.
So I'm gonna blow it up.
Okay. Dude, I think we have to stop MrBeast from blowing up islands so much. It's been an obsession in his past few videos. I'm a little concerned. I don't think it is a far-fetched idea to imagine MrBeast running for president. And after Donald Trump won the presidency, I think anyone has the potential to win. I just think it's a bad habit for him to be forming now, because there's a non-zero chance he'll be the president one day. You know, this is what I'm thinking about here.
This island is literally swarmed with hundreds of monkeys. I can see why it's called Monkey Island. What's this monkey?
It's Odie.
Oh, Odie took my orange. Okay. Monkey seafood, monkey take. All the monkeys on this island have a strategy for interacting with people. They gaslight you into thinking that you're friends, and then they steal your food. You can have it.
Dude, there was this in Japan. I went to this island in Japan that had a bunch of monkeys on it. It was a fake island at a zoo. And Connor brought us there for this IRL stream. And you had to put a towel on the back of your neck because the monkeys would just have shit hanging out of their ass and they would just take dumps on you. And I was like, wow, this makes it so much less cute, but it is still somewhat cute. But man, I wish they weren't shitting on me.
Notice how all the water around you is freezing. What? Whoa, that took a lot of effort. And we put that much effort in to convey that the $5 million island is very cold. And where we're going next, most of the year looks like this. But it's going to look like this. No joke, this island is so cold right now that the lake around it is actually frozen solid. Which means to get there, we're gonna be using an interesting vehicle.
Okay, look, I don't want to call it clickbait, but can you call it a $5 million island if it's frozen over and connected by frozen water? Can you call it that is my question. I'm not being controversial here. I'm just asking questions. It's frozen over and they're driving like a damn road vehicle on it.
So they hurried over to these futuristic self-heated huts to stay warm.
Oh, this is so small.
These huts are able to stay here completely year-round because not only can they float on warm, peaceful lake water.
See, that's swag. Dude, that'd be kind of horrifying though. I don't know if I would like to be in a hut that I feel trapped on.
And while staying on this island, you're given unlimited 5-star food.
I think he thinks we speak Finnish.
Elikkä tämmönen perinteinen suomalainen.
Yeah, no, I vibe with that. It looks good.
This is the best island. I don't know how any island's gonna beat this. Maybe one where I could feel my hands.
And Carl's hands are in luck because the next island is not only warm, but more expensive.
Dude, it's crazy. They spent like dead ass a minute 15 seconds on that $5 million island that they rented out. All they did was eat food for a second and then ride a dog for a second. This is my island! Yeah, baby!
This island is tiny, but arguably one of the most luxurious ones out there.
I always forget they're gonna use the shots that I'm in, so I just act like a jackass. I don't know why I'm stanced up like a jackass. I'm just gonna go off on a limb here. I made a lot of jokes. And when you're on an island and you're talking about the price of an island in the year of our Lord and Savior 2024 that we are in, with the memes that we have, Epstein comes to mind. It comes to mind, okay? It comes to mind. You make a few jokes along the way. I'm imagining it didn't make the final cut. Because here's my reality, all right? We're going to probably watch this. And again, I haven't seen it yet. It's probably going to be a couple minutes. My reality is I take a red-eye flight across the country from LA to Florida. I wake up after napping for a few hours on the flight, and I get driven to the fucking destination of the island. We take a boat over, and then I'm there. From basically like 10 a.m. or some shit until like 6 p.m. with the expectation of flying out that same night because I had to shoot the next day. This was like a whirlwind trip for me. And what I was told is that this is one of the smaller islands in this entire thing, but what it is filled with is water sports. And so all I have to do, little old me, is just have a good time. And then I found out what they meant by fun.
We hope you have a blast, just don't break anything.
Yo, we should try to break one thing.
Ooh, nice bathroom.
Usually, rich people like showers that can fit like 30 to 1,000 people in them. This time, they chose a reasonable shower.
Like how MrBeast is like, you know, rich people, like they like such big showers. Not me and you, but rich people.
Boys, do whatever you want. Have fun.
Okay, dude, all right. So here's the thing about doing a MrBeast video. MrBeast is famous to a degree that is unfathomable. And I think because of that, it gets some good deals and maybe good experiences that most people might not be able to get. For example, the person who I think rented out this island, or maybe worked at the island, but the person who was driving the boat knew MrBeast. And I know this because at one point when we have a quiet moment together, me and this boat driver, he says, man, I love all the stuff you guys do. And I go, thanks, man. I appreciate that. He's like, yeah, those MrBeast videos are great. I know you're a Fortnite guy, right? And I'm not here to fucking correct him and be like, no, sir, I'm not. So I go with the flow. I'm like, yeah, Fortnite. Fucking love Fortnite, dude. He's like, yeah, man, that's a game I play the most. Victory Royales and all that. And I'm like, yes, yep, Victory Royales and whatnot. We are the same, you and I. So he didn't know who the fuck I was. I was just a MrBeast associate. I've thought about this before. I think even MrBeast has asked me. He asked me if we were to die together in a fiery plane wreck, would I even be in the news article title? It was a question that shaped my worldview in ways I don't want to explore any further, but it did come somewhat to fruition in this trip, in this conversation. Now, because the guy knew us, he decided to change up how he normally does things. Because normally he's like, yeah, you know, I normally go at like a decent pace and, you know, rattle people around a little bit. But if you guys want, I can turn it up to 10. And he kept saying it like that. He kept saying, I could turn it up to 10. And he was talking about driving the boat at such a high speed that when we were hanging off the back, it would be dialed up to a 10.
Oh, get one way slow to be to get off of this thing.
We were fucking gripping that shit for dear life.
And after Ludwig and Carl kissed the sea at 500 miles per hour.
He exaggerates. It was fucking fast though. Because the guy said, I'll turn it up to a 10. And because we weren't falling, he took that as a challenge, which is not what it was. You know, I thought he was going to do his thing, and if we survived it, we would all go back to camp together, and he'd be like, son of a bitch, you did it. Instead, he decided to dial it up to a 12.
Per hour.
And so I hit the water, fucking skipped. You know how fast you have to go for a 200-pound man to skip like a damn rock? They skipped over that shit. I was wounded. I was like, fuck, man. Thanks for bringing me out, Jimmy. Appreciate that. If you could give me an Uber Black, private jet, business, whatever you guys got going on, back to LA. This was dope. Appreciate you all. But that is not what was in store for me.
Ludwig's gonna jump out of a helicopter.
He really is.
No, wait, I'm not. Wait, what?
That was a bit staged, right? That song. I didn't find out in that exact moment. I did find out 1 hour before that. It was not staged when Carl, as we are driving to the island, turns to me and says, dude, it's gonna be crazy when we jump out of a helicopter. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking nuts, bro. I don't know how you signed up for that. I'm like, what? I didn't. Oh, okay. Ludwig, common misconception. It was probably a guy named Roderick that said, I didn't say that. I'm not jumping out of no damn helicopter. But Carl is a godlike gaslighter. And Carl also has no fear. You guys might know Carl just from Minecraft, and you might think of him as this, like, you know, soft, plushy little guy, little Minecrafter, like, oh, he's so, you know, fucking ooh-woo, or whatever the fuck you might think. You got it fucked up, brother. Carl's a psychopath. While we were at this island, at one point, we decide to go on a jet ski together. This motherfucker starts maxing out the jet ski while I'm on the back. And at one point, my ass goes flying up. I have to fucking suck my body back to his, and then I have to, the way it works for my body is I use my chest hole as a suction cup. And you know what he says? He goes, dude, I forgot you were there. What do you fucking mean you forgot I was there? After that, I got off. I said, Jimmy! And Jimmy went and got me, and I jumped out and I swam to his like it was a life raft. And you know somebody's fucked in the head when getting on the back of MrBeast's jet ski seems like a safer idea. Anyway, fast forward. Carl's like, dude, this helicopter thing would be so fucking sick. And the more I start saying it, the more I start convincing myself. Now, a couple of notes here. Mr. Beast himself refuses to fly on a helicopter. He's scared of them. It is not a safe vehicle to ride. There's some danger in a helicopter as opposed to some more conventional modes of transportation like a car or even a commercial airplane. And I've seen this before. We did a video shoot where we were getting saved by a helicopter team. And at the end of the video, Mr. Beast goes, I didn't get on the helicopter because I'm scared of that. See you later. So Carl's like, dude, the only one that's going to do it is me and you. Because Nolan's out. Chris is like, I'm not doing it. So he's like, dude, I'm not doing it alone. I'm only doing it if you're doing it, and I want to do it. And I was starting to get around to the idea. And eventually I was like, yeah, I'll fucking try it. And he's like, hell yeah, dude, it's going to be fucking awesome. Let's do this. About 10 minutes before the helicopter is about to take off, somebody comes in. I don't know who. Somebody on the Mr. Beast team. And they just hand me like a piece of paper. They're like, and I start reading it, and I'm like, waiver to sign off rights of your life in case of grave injury or death on the... I start realizing this is some real shit. I'm signing my damn life away. And at that moment, I was like, maybe I back out. Maybe I back out. What the hell? Just back out. I'll back out, dude. I'll come home. I'll fucking cheat in a video game. I'll upload the video. I'll get 5 million views. That's a paycheck. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It would be so fucking lame in my own mind if I didn't do this. Not because Mr. Beast wanted me to or Carl wanted me to, but this is the coolest thing I could do there, and why not do the coolest thing I could do? But I need a little insurance. So I decide when signing the waiver, allegedly, to throw down Carl Jacobs. Because I know he signed his own waiver, so they think they just got 2 waivers from Carl Jacobs. They come finding my waiver. Uh-oh, they find out that Ludwig didn't sign one. I get grave injury. I sue for $100 million. Call it a day. Get out of there in one piece. No harm, no foul. I'm jumping out of a damn helicopter. Let me sue for a couple mil along the way. I feel like that's a good trade-off. I'm not a crazy man. And then we had to do training. And the training was scary, man. So it's me and Carl. It's this helicopter. And as they showed it earlier, dude, the helicopter did not even fit onto the dock or onto the landing strip. They landed the helicopter on here. It barely fucking fits. And for about half an hour, we're practicing the act of getting in a helicopter, unbuckling, standing on the side of a helicopter while it is floating 30 feet in the air, and then jumping out. And I say jumping out because that's a term we use colloquially. You cannot jump. Because here's what the guy said. He's like, oh, yeah, don't jump, by the way. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, 2 reasons. First reason, if you jump, it's going to, rock the helicopter a little bit. Could be a little scary for the people inside. Second reason, because you might realize I'm a fucking tall guy, 6'3", right? When I'm standing on this bar right here, I'm not that far away from the rotors, all right? And the rotors are moving very quick, and they do not care about what is in their way. They just don't. And so my tall ass, 6'3", wouldn't really give too much of a fight. And the guy who's this, very tenured helicopter pilot is an absolute Chad. It is not helping the situation. This helicopter pilot was not assuaging my fears even a little bit. Because I'd be like, dude, have you ever done this? He's like, fuck no. Why would I do that? It's stupid as shit. Should I do it? He's like, yeah, fuck it. You're young. Jump out of the helicopter. Why are you being such a baby about it? Okay. So the moment we get in the fucking helicopter, they say to me, oh, Ludwig, you're on the other side. So this routine that I had practiced of fake jumping out was all flipped, which might not sound like a big deal, but my rizzed up face right now that's looking blue steel as fuck was stressed. But I have a thing when I'm stressed. I got to go first. If I'm not the first one out of the plane, I won't do it. I just won't. If I'm not the first one out of the helicopter, I won't do it. I need to do it I need to get it over with. So right now, I'm here. I was in this position for about 3 minutes, which feels like a lifetime to be dangling outside of a helicopter like I'm Tom fucking Cruise shooting Mission Impossible. But the thing I have to tell you is that this fucking pilot, who is a Chad, an absolute Giga Chad, got us to the place where we need to jump out of like that, like a fucking helicopter can. And the moment we get there, he turns back to me and he says, jump! But I'm looking around and I realize nobody's down below me. There's no jet skis down below me. There's no safety boats down below me. There's no cameras to capture what's going on down below me. So I'm like, I don't think I should jump yet. And he's like, suits you. And so after the second or third time this guy keeps hollering back at me, I'm like, fuck, all right, I'll jump.
He's about to jump!
Oh my God! Oh, wait, they jumped!
And you might notice Jimmy said, oh, wait, they jumped. Because they weren't even ready for it. Thankfully, we had Tariq in the helicopter who got some nice footage of it and somebody from far away. But all the other reactions or positions weren't even captured.
Oh my God!
And this 3 seconds felt like a lifetime. Right before I jumped, I took a big breath. I go, and I'm holding it. And I'm holding it. And I'm holding it. And right around here, I'm like, oh, fuck. And I have to go and breathe in a second time. That's how long I was falling. And I fucking plunge in. And you go deep, right? You go deep enough that you're like fucking trying to fight your way to the top of the water again. And I get out, totally fine. I mean, it was crazy to have jumped from a helicopter that high up and then be totally fine. It's kind of weird what we're able to do as humans. Then Carl goes second. And now Carl's a content machine because I'm jumping out of the water and you might have noticed my face, very dry, very serious. Carl jumps out like he's Travis Pastrana on fucking X Games mode. He goes out soy jacking. Imagine going out soy jacking. But he also goes for something else here that fucks him up a little bit, I think. He goes for the nose block. Now, there's some value to the nose block. Water getting rushed up your nose can hurt a lot. It can be dangerous at points, especially if there's a fucking brain-eating amoeba in the water, which there isn't here, but there could be, and, you know, some dangers to it. But because he does that, you might notice he tilts ever so slightly, and he hits way more left than center like I hit. All right, and there's an audible plop when he hit. That is not the plop I was expecting. Okay.
And now the 45.
That's it! Dude, MrBeast videos are so funny. That's crazy. That was not even 2 minutes. That was 1 minute and 45 seconds. I flew out for 24 hours across the country. We filmed for so long. Let's watch the rest of this video. I'm curious what other islands I missed out on. Because again, I could have gone to any of the islands, but I went to the one that worked best with my schedule. So let's see what I missed out on.
For $45 million, this island comes with a mansion and its own beachside bar and private chef.
Can I give it a flip?
Sure.
He did nothing. He did literally nothing.
And of course, a pool with the best view I've ever seen.
Does this look as cool on camera as it does in real life?
And if for
Dude, why are there so many pools on islands? You got the ocean.
all the way on the other end of the island are century-old ruins that we are yet to explore.
Tips on driving.
Oh, no.
How old is something to be a ruin? Is it a ruin if it's 100 years old? Like an abandoned school is not a ruin, right?
Just past these ruins is easily the best view on the entire island.
Whoa.
Ooh, yeah, it gets better. We were driving for so long, I forgot we were on an island.
I don't get islands. It's just a harder to get to place with like a decent view of the ocean. Wait, Japan's an island. I get islands. I get it. Cause it has a mystique to it. You know, it has a whatchamacallit, an ambiance, if you will.
This next island is arguably the second most expensive island that money can buy.
It's a horrible name. Bro, use the $150 million to change the fucking name.
$1 island. It comes
Jesus
with 8
Christ.
luxurious mega mansions. And the best part is, it's completely powered by...
Crazy.
Is home to some of the most exotic animals I've ever seen and took over 4 decades to build. This island will literally blow your
take it
mind.
seriously.
When I think of a private island,
There is one aspect about it that definitely blows my mind.
The island has a house with a driving range on the roof where you can hit golf balls into the ocean because these are made of fish food.
That's kind of swag. That's kind of dope. Imagine you're a fucking fish. You're just fucking chilling in the ocean. And then you look what hit you and it's just food. And you're like kind of mad, but you're like, all right, well, shit.
ooh. You should probably hit it further so you don't hit someone. Look at all those flamingos. They're so...
Did Carl just growl at Chris?
Hit someone.
Did you see that?
Afterwards, we got swarmed by a bunch of lemurs that live on this island.
Get over here!
Fuck, dude.
Jimmy, I don't know if you noticed that there's 2 lemurs on your...
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to move.
Here, I'll put food on there.
Oh, please don't. And if you're wondering where all of these exotic animals came from, most of them, sadly, are endangered species and are on this island because the owner, Richard Branson, brought all of them...
Oh, Richard Branson? Oh, yeah, I think I've heard of him. Oh, he's the owner of the island?
But the most endangered animals on this island were the mermaids that served us sushi.
Mermaids and sushi!
There's honestly so much on this island, we can't even film it all. We played tennis, we played basketball, we explored yet another mansion. I did my first cold plunge, you get the idea. There's so much to do on this island, it's actually overwhelming.
Does Richard Branson live there? Is that like his fucking life? Dude, being a billionaire is crazy.
And on the way to the $250 million island, we stopped in shark-infested waters because I have to pay for this video. And now that I'm surrounded by sharks, and what feels like my worst nightmare, I'm gonna tell you guys about some of guys. Oh, they're so close, oh my gosh. You need to try my new MrBeast level, plus build your own, and I wanna see what you guys come up with. Oh, the sharks keep hitting the...
Wow, just fucking sit in front of a computer and say play Stumble, guys, all right? I don't want these fucking brands coming to me now and being like, hey, Ludwig, when you do your ad read, can you jump into a cage like MrBeast? Dude, what if you go skydiving and while you're falling, you say, hey, viewers, check out fucking eBay. Eat shit. Let me sit behind my damn computer. I'm comfy.
This is a $250 million private island.
Dude, this is crazy. It kind of looks dystopian. I guess it's just because it looks like the set of that one Scooby-Doo movie, Monsters in Paradise, I think, where they're in paradise and then everyone becomes monsters.
And if you own this island, you can host over 13,000 of your friends at any of these 5 gargantuan pools.
Chat, we got 17,000 people in here. Press 1 if you're down. Let's just get it done, man. The Ludwig Island vacation. Let's go on the Ludbud vacation of a lifetime.
Sir, I need to take you in for questioning. Sir?
And even every game you can imagine.
I wish there was the 13,000 people that are normally here to watch how bad he is at cornhole.
Am I crazy to say it seems kind of boring? I thought I was going to feel horrible watching this video because it was going to be so sad that the $250,000 island was so sick and I should have gone there. The island I went to seems as dope in terms of the stuff you can do, because most of the stuff they're doing, you just kind of wish there was other people there. I feel like because they have it all to themselves, it feels a bit big, a little too big.
All right, go.
Oh my God, I hit by a truck.
He kind of looks like a blobfish in this frame right here. Just for one frame. Oh, that's so mean. He talked about having sex with my mother for like 2 hours straight. I can't say no one looks like a blobfish for one frame. That was good, man. I'm going to try to do a few more MrBeast videos this year because they're pretty fun to do. And I usually do shit I would never do in my life ever otherwise. I never would jump out of a fucking plane. I just wouldn't do that because there's no reason to do that. I wouldn't just abandon myself for 30 hours at a plane wreck. I just wouldn't do that. So anyway, that was the MrBeast video. We took a year hiatus in the year 2023 of our Lord and Savior, skipping out on doing them. 2024, that's our first one. We probably got a couple more in store.